So check this out. You know how you watch those movies and a kid will get bullied all through school, and then when they have the 20-year high school reunion, he winds up being a millionaire? that only happens in the movies. Because look, I just realized that in about 2 more years, it would have been 20 years since I've been out of high school, right? And the reason I thought about it is because I'm out working, and I just had to get material, and I rode past a school, and it said 20-year reunion, blah 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 blah. And I thought about it. I said, man, has it been 20 years? Again, this is not even in the town I went to school in. I'm just over here getting material. And I thought about something. I said, wow, in 2 years, it would have been 20 years since I've graduated high school. Now, friendships normally don't last throughout high school when you become older, because some of the people you've talked to, you don't talk to them anymore. Some people move away and never come back, and some people die. And it had me thinking, man, 20-year reunion. Now, I didn't go to the 5-year reunion. I didn't go to the 10-year reunion. I didn't go to the 15-year reunion, and I'm not going to the 20. And the reality is, my school, the school I go to, they have somewhat of a reunion every year called homecoming. It's a real big thing, and I never go to that. I don't plan on going. But it's funny how fast life will pass you by. Because you look up, you're like, man, it's been 20 years. And the things that was important to you, it's no longer important when you're in your 30s. Because I can think back about some of the things that I thought was important. Like when I was able to finally start working and making some money. Like, yeah, man, I'm going to make sure I got me some fresh Air Force Ones when I go to school. That didn't mean nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I realized early on at a young age that a lot of that stuff really don't mean nothing, and I never partook in it. But some people, they live for that. Like, I understand what they mean when they say some guys peak early, like they peak in high school, and then the guys that I guess quote unquote didn't peak will peak later on in life, like the beautiful girls. They turn average, and then the average girls wind up being beautiful. What it is, you're still growing into who you are becoming. And a lot of the things the kids had when you was in high school, it was because the parents bought it for them. I remember I went to school with this one guy. He had an old school Cutlass, and before he graduated, his parents bought him a Tahoe. And it wasn't the fact that he went out and accomplished that all himself. It was the fact that his parents was well off enough to buy those things for him. And you will have kids talking about the other kids that have certain things or don't have certain things. Like when you going to school with the same people from elementary, middle, and then you get to high school, you will see who get vehicles at 15 and 16 and who don't. Like me and my sister, we was in the same grade. She didn't. The only reason I had a car at 16 is because I went to work, saved my money, and bought one. Now, my parents ended up getting her a car later, but that was the only reason I had a vehicle. And like I say, a lot of that stuff that people think they accomplish in school, it don't really mean nothing when you become an adult. Like, I know I'm going to go through that with my kids. Like, they're going to think, Daddy, I got to go to prom. Daddy, I got to go to prom. It means the world. And it really don't, because the people that you are trying to impress, in about 5 years after school, they're not even going to be thinking about you. And like I say, I learned that early on that, man, none of that stuff mattered. I don't even see people I went to school with anymore. I don't see none of them. I don't talk to none of them. I don't have no ill will towards none of them. I was just always the type of person that kept to myself anyway. I think my sister, she stay in touch with a few people, but again, I mean, I'm not a people person anyway. I'm kind of low key, keep to myself. But that just kind of jogged my memory on some things, because a lot of people think that they're going to be millionaires in 20 years, and I'm gonna go back and show everybody. And like, I had this one teacher told me that he told me I was a do boy. He said, yeah, you're a do boy, Gibbs. He said, one day I'm gonna read the paper, and I'm gonna read how you got locked up. And that same school teacher is still teaching at the same school. And some people will talk about a guy like, yeah, he ain't nothing but a school teacher. But when I see him, I see stability. He's able to hold his job down for 20 years, still be a school teacher, and I'm sure he's built something else on the outside. And if he didn't, that's still cool, because that tells me out of 20 years, he stacked his retirement up, and he have longevity with the school program, and he's locked in. I'm not going to talk about him. Yeah, he only making X amount of dollars a year. It don't matter how much you make. It's what you do with what it is that you make. And again, I've told y'all, entrepreneurship, it sounds cool until you are actually in it, until you are actually in that. Like today, me as an entrepreneur, the rain stopped me from doing, boy, that's a nice truck. I'm telling you, I'm gonna get one of them trucks. The rain had me sitting at the house because I couldn't do anything. Then I got a call from AT&T. Yeah, one of our service trucks tore up a client's yard, and we're trying to see if we can get somebody out here to fix it. So I dropped everything I was doing, went and looked at it, sent them an estimate. They approved the estimate, and I'm going to complete this job. And the job I'm going to do right now, which is going to take me about 2 hours max, so if I can just get over there, because I went and got the material. This is the amount of money I used to make working 5 days a week at my full-time job. I'm fixing to make it in a couple of hours. That's cool, but where's the next lump sum of money coming from? Which I know where the next lump sum of money coming from, but life teaches you some things, okay? Because you can take your money and squander everything you make, or you can take your money and have your money working for you. Now, I thought about taking the money from this job and going to buy me a drone I've always wanted to buy. Then I said, well, you can do that, bro, but it'd be smart if you take this money, do this and do that, and I'm gonna end up giving my wife $100 to go spend on whatever it is she wants. You know, because we're on a budget. So once I complete this job, their office it's like 2 o'clock now. Their office will be closed by the time I complete the job, so I probably won't get paid from this job until Monday or Tuesday. I could go ahead and invoice them now, and they can pay me now. I'd rather get paid when I'm finished, because as you can see, now I'm sitting in traffic on the interstate. I don't know how long I'm gonna be sitting in this traffic, so I didn't want to bill them, and then it's tomorrow before it gets done. But look, I just thought about that, and I figured I'd put that out.